Hi guys and welcome back to Christian Cast, where I go fishing so you don't have to. As you see, we're back in the bait building workshop and I'm really glad to make a new bait. Today I drawed one freshly yesterday because I have to admit I was inspired by the media, and we're gonna today do something really special. I'll show you the bait itself. It's gonna be a very big floating crankbait, and it is going to be themed after Bitcoin because I want to see how well it would catch and if it really is the big fish that everybody's talking about this time, or if it is actually a little bit fishy to get into crypto. No financial advice. But yeah, I just thought I'm gonna do something fun today because I just got back home and I just want to do a little bit of a pun. I won't be keeping you up with too many jokes anymore. I'm gonna show you guys how it actually performs in our small tank at the end of the video, that you can see how the action is in static motion. And we're just gonna do a fun paint scheme today, so I'll get you guys set up straight away and we'll start airbrushing, so see you soon. Well, we will get started. I put in some white and we're just gonna whiten down the entire bait in the first step. So as you can see, we have added the first paint layer. I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll hit it once more with white, and then I'll get you guys back once I change up the color. Well, we are back and I filled in some brown and we're just gonna go over the back. So there we go, we've got our brown on. Now we're gonna come in with a little bit of orange on along the side here, and then I'll get you guys back once I add that color, and then we'll darken the top still down quite a bit with some bronze, and then we're gonna go over to the logo that I will be painting separately and actually gluing in afterwards, that I don't get any paint on beforehand, but I'll show you guys as the process goes on. So we are back and the next color is going to be some orange, and I'm going to go along the lateral line and just pull it forward. So we've got our orange, and now we're going to leave that. I might add a little bit of fluorescent orange still, but I'm not too sure if I should not just keep that for the logo itself, but I would still darken down the complete bait. I'm still going to go over the top with some bronze now and get that on, and then we'll see how it goes. So we are back and I've got my bronze in, and we're just gonna hit the top and front. So we've got our bronze shimmer on, and I'll set this off to dry, clear this out, and then I'm not too sure what we're still going to do to the bait. I think we're going to darken it down in the next step, and then we'll start with the logo before we head over to the scales of this bait itself. So stay tuned and I'll get you guys back. Well, we are back, and while the bait still has a bit of time to dry before we darken it down with some black, I am just going to hit the logo from the sides and really make sure that we get the side accents just darkened down a bit, because you'll see what I'm going to be going for. So that is the first one. I actually, as you know, I have got braces and they are actually coming out soon. But, well, the top ones actually came out. If you follow me, you anyway might have noticed. But you always get some wax with. And I had some extra wax still, and I thought with logos like this it's really hard to hold them because they're really printed very thin. So I put a dollop of the wax onto the pen and I can just airbrush them like that. So that is done. And now I'm going to go very far away from our bait and actually just darken down the whole entire thing. Just a little bit, because I just want that I'm going to be doing golden scales on it, and I just want the golden scales to pop a little bit more. So that should be enough. There we go. I don't know if you actually see it, but I can see it actually quite well, that it's darkened down already. And I hope that the scales then pop a little bit more than they would. So the next step is going to be putting in some fluorescent orange and mixing it a bit with the normal orange and hitting our logo straight from the top to make sure that we really just get the surfaces and the edges where the logo stands out a little bit stays black, that we've got a bit of a contrast, and we'll see how that goes. It's the first time I'm doing it, so we'll see. I hope it goes well. So we have got our orange ready, and now I'm gonna really just hit it from the front. And then, as you guys can see, it slowly comes out. I'll let that dry. So I actually sprayed over them and I just wiped over the top surface, and now you see that we have really got the logo nicely. I might still add a little bit of some gold to fit the scale pattern, and then we'll let this dry and I'll get you guys back. So now we're still gonna add a little bit of gold directly to the front and go over with our glove just a bit. Actually, I think that I like that more than the orange because we've got the orange in the bait already. So I think we're gonna do that with that. Oops, that was not good. So there we go. Now I'll cover up our bait with the scales, and then we'll actually do the scale pattern, and then we'll start finishing up this video. So the scales are on, and now we're just gonna hit it like that, and then we'll stand it up, and I'll actually still darken this down a bit and make a other scale color as well. So there we go. And now I'll grab this again and hit it from this side, and this side, and that side, and do a bit of a lateral line like that. And then we'll set that off to dry, and I'll get you guys back for the reveal. So we are back, and we're going to reveal the scales. So they are quite subtle at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it will get a bit better as soon as we do the clear coat. So I'll still let this dry a bit, and then I'll get you guys back for gluing in the eyes and the logo. And then there's only one step still, and that is the clear coat. So see you soon. So we are back, and before we start the clear coat, we are going to glue in our eyes. I'm going to take these orange ones and oops, that was the worst thing that could happen. That is the worst thing that could happen, because that went onto our bait. So I'm gonna have to hope that the clear coat covers that up. So the first eye is in. I'll have to get another one. Now we're gonna put in less glue. So the eyes are in. Sadly, we've got that spot now, but we'll see how that develops. Now we'll still get the logo placed. Now we'll get this one still in. So we've got our logo in, and now I'm gonna get you guys back once I start the clear coat on our bait. So we are back and we're at the last step, and we'll see now if we can get rid of that mark. Seems like it. Fill that up nicely. And that's going to be interesting today. So there we go. I would say we are happy with that. And I'll keep rotating it a bit. I'll then still torch it quickly to make sure that there's no bubbles in, and then I'll get you guys back once I've hardened it out and we're in the outro, and I'll show you guys how it floats and how it swims, and then we'll see how it goes. Hi guys, so we are back for our outro, and I'm going to show you the finished lure. I am not quite happy. We've sadly got that spot from the super glue still here, and in the clear coat we've also got some impurities in, so I would like to redo it, but I know now that it works how I actually planned it, and I would change the top surface of the actual Bitcoin logo. I would like to make it a bit flatter. One sees a lot of the printing covers and lines, and I would like to smoothen that out a little bit. But if you're interested in how I actually designed this bait, because it is a very strongly floating bait, I actually had to weight it with quite a lot of lead, and it is still very, very buoyant. So I would actually reduce the air pocket a little bit if I would do this bait again. I actually also wouldn't do the logos symmetrical anymore, because on one side it isn't actually as you would read it, but it is symmetrical, because I actually wanted to do it symmetrical first, and I mirrored the actual logo before I printed it. But now, after looking at it, I actually like it like this a bit more. And now we're just going to pop it into water, and I'll show you guys what I mean with it is very buoyant. It really floats. So it pops right up there again if you drop it in. It stands like it should, and I'm really interested in the action. I've got quite a big round lip on it, and we'll see if I'm actually able to catch something with it, because it is quite a big lure for my region. I might have to try and scale it down a little bit, but I'm not too sure how the logo would turn out if I would scale it down, but that's a future project. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions about bait building or how I made this bait, maybe drop a comment and I'll make one of the videos where I explain step for step how I created this lure. And if you're interested in how I created the blank for this lure, I'll pop a video up here or there. And I wish you a great one, keep on fishing, and we'll see each other next week for another bait build.